think one of the biggest issues that entrepreneurs and new business owners have, and I can speak from experience with owning roughly 7 businesses between my wife and I, and starting a bunch, and some of them going a lot of places, some of them going absolutely nowhere, and learning to back out of a business that's just failing. But the biggest mistake that entrepreneurs make is that they think it's always going to go up. So you do your first run, your first year, and you're not quite profitable, or you're break even, and then the next year you're like, okay, my projections are going to work and we're going to grow exponentially, and I'm going to get, in the mortgage world, I'm going to get 4 loans a month instead of 3. And I don't think people recognize that it doesn't always happen like that. It doesn't always just go from 3 to 4. So you have to start to plan around the fact that it's not always going to go up. And so don't go out and buy this big expansive setup. Don't go out and pay for a ton of technology. This is also coming from experience. I've spent a ton of money on technology and trying to streamline processes and eliminate human aspects to some of the businesses. And I went in 2020 and 21, I've completely turned into a digital process, and it just didn't work. And now I'm coming out of that with the ability to recognize that and really make connections with people. And so I would want to reiterate, don't necessarily dive in, don't go spend a bunch of money just because you think your business is always going to increase. And then at some point you have to recognize, like, is this enough for me? Because I've spoken to so many loan officers saying they want to grow, and year after year they feel like a failure because they don't reach the growth goals, and they're living a perfectly good life. They're living a life that, maybe they're making $150,000, $200,000, $250,000, and their goals are always bigger and always better and always more, and they just end up just beating themselves up because they don't ever reach the more. And sometimes you just recognize, like, I am a X amount producer. I produce $1 million a month, and that's where I'm at. And if I do that, I live this comfortably life. And you just build your life within that framework. And so just, again, reminder, it's not always going to go up. Sometimes it goes down. Sometimes it goes sideways. That's okay. That's a process. Make sure that you're recognizing when it's going to happen so you don't drown in the process. Sometimes you just got to keep your head above water. Have a good Friday.